Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today on YOUCANIC we're going to go over process of testing your battery, and if your battery is bad, where you would be able to, how you would replace this battery. So there's a couple ways to test the battery. There are battery testers that you can connect to two posts, and you put in the what your cold cranking amps are on the battery. You can test it, and it will basically run a cycle and see how many cold cranking amps your battery will put out, and it can tell you whether your battery is weak, just needs to be charged, or you need to replace it. Other one is that you can take a voltmeter, pop this cover, and put a lead here for the positive, the red lead, and the negative lead here, and see how many volts are in the battery. And then you can start the car and see how many volts are in the battery, and that's also one way to check if your alternator is putting out the amount that it needs to be. Your battery should have anywhere over 12.5 or so, and that's what it should be holding at, 12.5 amps or volts. It should be sitting at 12.5 in the power ratio to be able to, and that's where it should maintain. If it's really anything below 10, you know, you're having a charge problem, whether the battery has gone bad or the alternator isn't charging your battery like it needs to. So those are things that you can do. Well, so if you get to the state that you've checked the battery is bad, you have to keep jump starting it. That's definitely a pretty good sign that your battery is bad. And you put a voltmeter on here and check that your alternator is still charging, well then you definitely would know it's time to replace the battery. Batteries have a life expectancy 3 to 5 years depending on whatever what the manufacturer says. But you can get more years out of them, but sometimes it hits 5 years, it just shuts down, and it's time to replace the battery. So to replace this battery, first you've got size 10 bolts here that need to be loosened on the terminals. Remove the negative, and then the positive, and you just pull it up and pull it to the side to get it out of the way. And then right down in here, sorry, it's a 12. So right here is a 12mm bolt with a bracket that holds the bottom of the battery in. So we just need to loosen that bolt and remove it. And with that bolt removed and the bracket that holds it there, now we can just lift out the battery. And we're going to slide the battery a little bit forward to pull it out, because on the back of the battery, right here, it's got that groove, and that groove lines up under there. So then you take your new replacement battery, make sure we got the posts on the right side, the left side and the right side, and then work it, drop it in the hole. Make sure you can get it slid to the back. So that it's in that groove to hold it in. And then you want to take this piece, right, that's tightened in and your battery is secured. Now you'll want to take your positive bring it up and over that, and then tighten it. You put the cover back on, and then put our negative on. And we'll tighten that also to size 10. And that's how you want to make sure they're good and tight and not moving. And so that's how you replace your battery on your 2019 Kia Forte. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.